Hello, hello, how is it going, you guys? I'm in the dining room, which is possibly a little echoey, so if it sounds echoey, that's why. It's the best lighting in the house, at least the best that I can get without a ring light and all that kind of stuff, but hope you're doing awesome. It is Thursday, it's my usual day off, and I just wanted to kind of catch you up on some things that have been happening this past week, and since the last vlog where we kind of caught up and did New Year's things and everything like that. So yeah, already kind of did my usual morning routine, tried to sleep in a little bit around like 7-ish, took care of Xena and had my coffee and did my usual journaling. I'm still sticking with those same journals that I already showed you in the last vlog, and I just love them. I love them. The gratitude one kind of gets a little mundane, but you know, it's okay to be grateful for like the same things every day, you know, because just having that consistency is something to be grateful for sure. The one thing I did already treat myself to was getting my nails done, and this is not something I do very often. It's just kind of a new thing that I've started kind of going to get because it's just nice. They last longer. They make my nails stay longer, and they just look nice. So just got a yellow color for a particular reason for tomorrow. So I want to make sure I was ready for that. And yeah, it was probably one of the better manicure kind of situations I've ever been in. I probably have had 12 manicures, maybe something like that. And every time there's always like something a little off. I don't know why. But this time it was really nice because everyone was just kind of talking with each other, and I always like talking because I don't get out of the house much, as you probably could guess. So it's kind of nice to just talk with people out and about instead of just constantly being online, which is what I do, which I love. But it's nice to talk to people IRL as well. That's not like my family and stuff like that, you know, but yeah, so it was kind of nice to just chat, and I met someone that does like the Westminster dog shows or whatever, so that was kind of interesting to hear about her life and everything, and I got to see some of the nails that they were doing, and then this other girl was getting some like really cool nails done too, and it was like a heart design with like a magnet or something. I'm usually pretty basic. This is probably like the most boring color I've gotten because I usually like get like sparkles and stuff like that, but this time I just wanted to go with the basic yellow because here in South Carolina, it's about to storm like crazy. Possibly going to have some power outages around here because obviously South Carolina and the South is not prepared for any kind of winter weather, extreme winter weather. So it's a possibility this weekend. So Chris had to go to the grocery store yesterday due to some things that I'll update you on here in just a second. And he said it was like when we would have to prep for hurricanes and stuff like that in Florida when we lived there. And or like when there was winter storms that hit in Ohio and stuff, like, you know, people were going crazy, getting all the water, all the bread, milk, eggs, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And he said it was just like scarce. Even the vegetables were scarce. That's when you know there's an issue. But yeah, so kind of everybody was kind of panic buying. Luckily we were able to get all the things that we needed, but just kind of crazy. This is our first time dealing with this because we've only been in South Carolina for like a year, not even a year. And I guess they had something similar happen last year, so hopefully everything will be okay because it seems like it will. Like I kept looking at the radar and stuff, and it looks like it's moving north, more and more north, so hopefully we're all good to go. Random note, ignore the background. We definitely need to like clean and vacuum, and things are still a little bit all over the place because of Xena. Just trying to make her as comfortable as possible, but also we don't want her to get on the couch because she's just really kind of struggling with her legs and stuff. So we have these little bins on the couch just in case she tries to like get up there. And yeah, with an update with Xena for anyone that might be kind of triggered by dogs and just like health issues in general, maybe skip to the next part or don't listen for the next couple of minutes, but I just want to give an update on Xena. Here she is. And also ignore all the freaking wires. I want to get these attached to the baseboards and stuff, but oh, okay. She's gonna make it harder for me to get her in the frame, but yeah. So with Xena, if you aren't on my streams and stuff and don't know, she's 9 years old and she's getting old. I've never had a dog live this long, so I'm very thankful for that for sure, but Unfortunately, we had to have, like, she just had one thing after another happen lately with like health and stuff. It's been like less than a year. She's dealt with arthritis developing in her right leg, and then her left leg got a lipoma, like fatty lump on her leg. And then she had to get that removed last month in December, and the stitches and sutures ended up opening. So she had to get another surgery to heal that a week later. And then after we thought that was all done finally, and she was kind of healing finally, and she still is healing, like her wound is still kind of recovering. It's just like this much. It's not that much to close up, but still recovering from that as well. So she had all that happen. And then we went in to get her stitches removed after the second surgery. So it was like, at this point, I think 3 weeks of going back and forth to the vet, like probably once or twice a week. At that point, I noticed something in her chest, another lump, and sorry if the lighting is probably horrible, but I noticed another lump in her chest area, and I was like, I don't know what this is, and she's kind of coughing, and the vet was like, hey, if you notice that it gets bigger, let us know, bring her back. So I was like, okay, I'll keep a watch on it, but it didn't seem like it got bigger, but her cough definitely got worse. So we had to see a different vet because our vet wasn't available the day that we needed to have her checked out. This was like a week later after I noticed the first lump, and I noticed that there was some lumps and lymph nodes swollen in her throat as well. So she got those tested, the ones that were inflamed and enlarged, and she also has like 2 in her like groin kind of area that were also enlarged. I didn't notice those, but the vet did. So basically they did like a little pinprick test, and they sent it off to the lab to get it tested for possible cancer. And we just got the results back literally yesterday, and it is cancer. It is a lymphoma. We thought it was hopefully kennel cough from going in and out of the vet, but of course it couldn't be that better case scenario. It is lymphoma cancer. So it's kind of a thing where it's like, you know, you could do the radiation and the chemotherapy, but it's only gonna, you know, extend their life for possibly like 6 months to a year. And it's like you're putting their body through a whole nother wave of like crap. So it's just like, it's obviously a sad story. I've dealt with this before with our St. Bernards growing up too, with one of our St. Bernards in particular. And so yeah, Chris and I were just bawling our eyes out yesterday and just having, giving Xena all sorts of extra attention and love, which she already gets anyway because she's spoiled, because I work from home at least these past 5 years. So she's been very, very spoiled with that for sure. She gets all the love, all the treats. But yeah, definitely unfortunate. So we went to the vet yesterday as well and got kind of all the final conversation stuff out of the way. And yeah, she's doing much better today. They actually donated 150 like pills, steroids basically, and that's supposed to help her with eating because she wasn't eating very much this past week really. So it's supposed to help with eating and just kind of feeling better and lowering those lymph nodes down and stuff like that. And I really noticed a difference already today, and it's only been, you know, a little over 24 hours basically, but she's definitely, you know, I can tell she's hungrier and she's more energy and everything, and the lymph nodes in her neck especially feel so much better and so much lower. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, we just got to make it comfortable as possible for the cutie, for the princess, and give her all the good loving and all the good stuff. So that's the update with Xena. Today she's definitely feeling and doing better, but obviously you can't stop cancer. Like, it just sucks in humans, it sucks in animals. So very, very thankful for her. She's the best girl ever. So we're just going to try to make it as awesome as possible for her. Even more awesome than usual, huh? So yeah, that is the update with Xena. So trigger warning over. Let's talk about something else. So yeah, like I already mentioned, it's my day off. So I went and got my nails done, filled up on gas because of, you know, the possible storm that's coming and all of that. Trying to make sure we are all prepared and everything if in case the power does go out. We do have a gas fireplace, so worst case scenario, we have that to kind of run off of. We have plenty of groceries, plenty of fresh veggies and all that kind of stuff, so we should be good. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. This is why as well, I want to go back to Florida because I would rather deal with a hurricane coming through. I've luckily been blessed. I haven't had horrible situations with hurricanes. I've definitely had the power go out for like a week. But it's like when you're in a hurricane or like after a hurricane, it's usually beautiful after. It's warm after. So even if your power's out, at least it's like nice weather. It could be like more hot, obviously, but I don't know. I'd rather deal with heat than cold, because cold, you're gonna, I don't know, I just don't like it. As you guys probably know, I hate the cold. So this is kind of like, ugh, please go away. Please stay rain. Do not freeze. I hate it. Anyway, so I'll prepare for that. So today we're going to just kind of meet up with Chris's brother. We're going to get some lunch because we don't really like go out to eat very often unless it's family like is in town or something. We don't really order out either because there's really not that many options in this area. But there are a few new restaurants around here that are really nice. So we're going to try to pick between those two. Really nice as in like, you know, they're a better option than a Taco Bell. Love Taco Bell, but like, you know, that kind of thing. So we're going to probably try to treat ourselves to a little lunch with him, and Chris and him will probably go and play some golf. I would go, but I want to catch up with one of my friends. So we're going to probably catch up and play maybe some video games and stuff, maybe like Peak or something. But most importantly, just catch up. And I just appreciate like friends like this. I don't have like a lot of friends, believe it or not, especially IRL. And I went out of my way and went out of my comfort zone, I guess, more last year with trying to reach out to people and be more like open to, I don't know, like more vulnerable, I guess, to those kind of situations. I've always been a person that just kind of like, I'm going to do me. I'm going to, you know, stay in my lane, stay in my bubble. And I don't need to feel like I need to like gain things from other people. I just want genuine friendships with people that enjoy the same things as me. And it's definitely been like kind of a hard journey with that for sure for me. So I'm really excited to hang out with this friend and catch up with them because they've been really awesome. So anyway, we'll be hanging out today. So that'll be nice to kind of catch up, and then definitely want to just do normal laundry, make sure everything's ready for this weekend, vacuum, because Xena's food situation has been such a freaking mess. Like smashed rice and little pieces of carrot and sweet potatoes like all over the carpet right now. So it'll be nice to kind of just like reset, refresh, especially after the emotionally draining day yesterday. It'll be kind of nice to just kind of reset today. And then tomorrow I have something really exciting happening. I'm so, yeah, I have my whole heart in it. That's for sure. I don't think I can say anything, but I'm very, very excited. That's for sure. So that's kind of the plan for today. So I'll just kind of take you along. I want to make some recipes too. I really want to make these like chocolate peanut butter date bars. I want to make those. I want to make homemade granola because it's so easy. And last night we made grits for the first time. It was so good. It was grits, kale, and mushrooms with cheese, like cheesy grits. It was amazing. That was my first time ever making grits, and it was so, so easy, so good. So I would like to make another kind of recipe. We're thinking maybe these like spring rolls that I've seen on Instagram, and they look amazing. So we're kind of thinking of making those tonight, and you like put a bunch of stuff, good stuff in it, you know, protein, fats, vegetables, all that kind of stuff, carbs, wrap it up, and you fry it in a little bit of oil, the not so healthy part, in like a pan, and they just look so freaking good. So if I make those, I'll definitely show you guys. So, and ignore the Band-Aid as well that has a random black line on it. I don't know why. It's supposed to be like fancy or something, but yeah, I cut myself a little bit on my finger. I'm always horrible with my cuticles, my fingers, because it gets so dry. So had to put a Band-Aid on it. So that kind of sucks. But that is the plan for today. Today is like the last nice day before the cold front comes in. And it's going to be in like the 20s and 30s, and 40s is like the high. So I'm not looking forward to it. So I'll take you along to whatever adventures we get on. How's it going? Hope you're having an amazing day. Today is Sunday, so it is our day off, and it's definitely going to be a cozy day because there's an ice storm mix, rain, sleet, all this kind of stuff coming in right now this weekend and today mostly, and it could possibly knock out the power and stuff like that. So we're gonna try to enjoy a nice cozy day today and hope that the power doesn't go out eventually. And please ignore the friend on my face. I think I had too much chocolate this week or something, I don't know. Or my friend is going to be visiting this month. But either way, I just put a pimple patch on it because I didn't feel like covering it with makeup. So maybe I'll just talk on this side of my face more. But gonna be just finishing up some laundry and stuff and just doing normal boring kind of adulting chores. I want to mop because Xena has been eating a lot of wet food lately because of her, how she's been feeling and everything. I already updated y'all on that, so you kind of know the deal. But she has been feeling better with the steroids and everything, so that's really good. But yeah, so the wet food's just kind of been making a mess and getting on the floor and everything. She has it on a plate, so that way she doesn't have to get like her actual nose in it, so she has like a little bit more freedom to move around. But yeah, she's just kind of been getting everywhere. So I definitely want to mop. That is not an activity and a chore that I like doing at all. So I usually only do it like once a month. I have like a little checklist of things to do like once a month, and mopping is one of them. Let me know how often you guys mop because it is just something that I do not enjoy. It feels like you're doing like a whole workout and everything too. But yeah, today has just been kind of a normal start to the day. I got to sleep in a little bit. Chris took care of Xena and letting her out and everything and feeding her, so that was really nice of him. He's always awesome like that. But yeah, so I slept in until about 8, and I feel like it always sucks whenever you sleep in and you don't feel like as good as you would think you do. I still felt tired. I was like looked all puffy faced and stuff, but I guess that's why it's so important to sleep in your like REM cycle, or wake up around the same time, go to bed and wake up around the same time, because it keeps your body in that sync, in sync. But yeah, so I got to sleep in a little bit, which was nice. I just had a cup of coffee, had a little bit of those Biscoff cookies, 2 of those. Did my usual journals that I do every single day, and just kind of watched a vlog, someone that I usually watch on the weekends. Now I've been watching this weather guy because there really isn't like a lot of weather channel options because we don't have regular TV. We just have, YouTube. We have LG channels, but I don't know, they kind of suck and they're really slow. So we haven't really found like a good weather channel to watch while there's like stuff like this happening, like a winter storm watch and ice warnings and stuff like that. So we did find someone called Max Velocity here on YouTube, and he's been really awesome. So we've been kind of just keeping him on to update us on everything, like a live update and pictures and videos and live cams and stuff. So that's been kind of nice to have on the TV, so that way we can be in the know. But yeah, so now we just did a workout, Chris and I did the kickboxing workout that I just showed, and now I want to make breakfast, brunch, because it's like 11 o'clock at this point. So we're gonna make a nice yummy brunch to get our day started, and then we'll see what the day has to hold. I do want to maybe organize my closet more from last time in my streaming room in my office, because it is still kind of messy, but it's not a super urgent thing. It's just something that I could definitely do, and it would make me feel more accomplished if I got it done. I also want to start going through my closet because it's the new year, and what I usually do in my like clothing closet is like flip all my hangers at the beginning of the year. I flip all of them the opposite way, and then when I wear that item, I put it back in the opposite way of that hanger, if that makes sense. So usually like the hook is like facing towards me, but then when I wear that item, I flip it inside. So that way by the end of the year, or however long I want to like have that be a thing I'm doing, I know what I've worn and what I haven't worn, so I can donate it. I can think about, do I need to keep this? Because I definitely feel like I have quite a bit of clothes and I end up wearing the same freaking stuff all the time. Like, especially when I'm not streaming, when I'm not working, I'm usually wearing something like this, super cozy, like my leggings, my slippers, or depending on what time of year it is. Of course, it's colder here in South Carolina, so I've been wearing a lot more like cozy things. But yeah, so I'm always wearing like the same stuff. So why do I need so many things? That's how it goes. But this year I'm trying to do like a low buy, no buy of tops especially, and just clothes in general. But then I'm also trying to thrift more things as well. So thrifting first and then buying new if I can't find it after a couple weeks of like thrifting and stuff like that. So that's kind of my plan with the new year, is trying to do that more. I used to thrift all the time and I've been just kind of slacking on it. And this, thrifting situation here in South Carolina isn't the best, but definitely have found some decent things, at least with my thrifting I've done so far. So trying to make sure to thrift first and then buy new. So I have like quite a few posters and stuff I want to like hang up, and try to look for a poster or a frame at Goodwill first, and then, you know, see if I need to buy a new one, because I'd rather thrift it first. So moral of the story is thrifting first, buying new second. And a lot of these things aren't really urgent things, they're just kind of things that I would like to have and it would just look nice or be nice to kind of get off of a checklist kind of thing. So yeah, we're gonna make some pancakes and eat a delicious brunch meal, and then we'll see what the rest of the day has to hold. Hello. So I'm not going to lie, I just completely couch rotted. I don't know what the cool kid term is of it, but just wasted my time watching some videos on YouTube and almost falling asleep on the couch. I am definitely a summer person. I am more productive and wanting to be productive when it's warm. And I guess that is part of the, winter season. You're just supposed to kind of be taking it easy and all that, but I am type A, so I always feel like such a bum when I'm not doing a million things and being productive and doing something. So definitely just really took it easy on the couch. So I finally finished watching the two videos I was working on, those two videos I was watching, and now I just wanted to come and try to get ready a little bit and mess with my hair for a few minutes. I just got the shark tool gifted to me, and thanks to my amazing community. So I was kind of just trying it out, and I was gonna do just a few more pieces and just kind of show you how it works, because I think the system is really cool. And it's definitely like a wish list item for me, so I'm so like excited to have it and to try it because I've heard so much about this. But yeah, so got this one because this one was the cheapest one of all of their colors, and I think it's nice. I don't care, color doesn't matter to me. I literally bought a Zune when I was in high school, so like 2007 or something like that. I still have this Zune, but it was on sale. I think it was like $50, and I think at the time those were like 100 or 150 brand new. It's a brown 30 gigabyte Zune, and I still have it. It still works. I still have the charger, still have thousands of songs on it. But anyway, I bought that because it was on sale and it was ugly brown. It was this ugliest brown green. I'll have to show it on the vlog or video at some point because it was literally so ugly. But I didn't care. I was like, I just wanted a Zune. I wanted an MP3 player that could hold all my songs. And I saw that one. I was like, all right, that's it. So anyway, I think this is a nice color anyway, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, they have some like special editions and stuff too. I also tried to cover this. I don't know how some people get their skin to be so clear. Like, I eat pretty well. Like, I definitely give into sugar and like caffeine every once in a while, but like I don't eat horribly. So when my skin breaks out, I'm just like, why? Why do I have this? Why are you here? Luckily, I don't really have like problems anywhere else. It's just in like this kind of hormone area, I guess. But it's just so frustrating. A huge one for no reason. And I'm 34 years old. Like, I'm an adult. Why do I have skin issues? So anyway, other than that, I was just going to kind of show, I was going to do a few more pieces and hairspray it a little bit, see how it turns out, and then just kind of, I just wanted to like fluff myself up, zhuzh myself up, as my mom and my grandma used to say. Like, we always used to say that, like a little zhuzh, just to make yourself feel a little bit more like awake and pepped up and stuff. So I am going to just show that really quick. So I guess you're supposed to have your hair kind of wet. And I saw there's a bunch of different ways to do it. You can either have your hair wet or dry. So I was trying to have it a little wet on the ends at least, and it looks really nice. And I like the volume that you get from this, and it doesn't use any heat. It uses heat obviously, but dry heat instead of like contact heat, like a barrel curler does. And that's what I normally use. I either use a barrel curler or my sock curls, which I think I might have shown in a vlog way early on, but maybe not. I think that was when I was trying to record on my phone and it wasn't working. So I will definitely have to show that to you at some point, because I love how that turns out, and it pretty much stays all day as well, which is super awesome. And it's like free, you know, free 99. So anyway, I just was gonna touch up a few pieces before I'm done, and then we'll get on with it. Get on with it. So I was just gonna do like a few pieces up here. And I've got the, I don't know if you can see that, but the right barrel in. And that is it. So for the curls, you're supposed to do 10 seconds on all the settings all the way up, heat, fan, and then you do 10 seconds of cool, and that's it. The only thing that I've found that I don't really like, because I'm not a high maintenance person, I usually like to be done with everything, like shower and get ready for the day within like 30 minutes or less if I can help it, depending on if I'm washing my hair or something. But I don't like how small you have to have the pieces, so it takes a little bit longer because of that. But I've been trying to push it more and more and make it like bigger chunks, but sometimes it just doesn't wrap around correctly. But that one wrapped around pretty well, so that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna touch it up anymore. And either way, it just kind of looks more put together than what I looked earlier, that's for sure. So we'll be done with that. And then this is how I hold my scrunchies. I just shove it onto like a bottle of hair product. But this is, hopefully you can see it. Let me see. This is the Kristen S ultra fine workable hairspray, and it's also a heat protectant as well. So I did spray a little bit of that all over before I started curling. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of spray that a little bit. Try to get it to stay. And we'll see. We'll see how long it stays. And I didn't even brush it out or anything. I feel like it looks pretty nice without even brushing it out. Makes you feel like all fancy with this. So I love it. It's so nice to use. I probably wouldn't use it like all the time, but I would definitely use it at least like once a week or something. At least right now, because I'm kind of getting used to using it. But I like it. I like it a lot. So while we're in my closet, I thought I'd show you really quickly my hanger technique I was talking about earlier. So I was just gonna show that and what it looks like in my closet. So here's like an example of the reverse style of hanging your clothes. So this is this shirt, which apparently I haven't worn possibly all of 2025 because it's still hung up like this. But this one, since I hung it up the opposite direction, facing inward, I have worn this one at least once last year. So you can kind of just see a lot of these are cosplays and dresses. So I haven't really worn them a lot, but definitely like quite a few. This is all winter stuff if you can't tell. Quite a few that I could be like, okay, I haven't worn these in a year possibly, so I should probably donate them. A lot of these like tank tops here that I have. So I would like to go through those at some point. But yeah, that's kind of my technique with, this lighting is horrible. That's kind of my technique with my hangers and stuff. So I do like doing that, and it just kind of keeps it a little bit more manageable, especially because like I said earlier, I end up wearing almost the same things all the time. So I don't need to be having 100 shirts. But now the only problem is, now that I live in South Carolina, where the weather is a little bit more wishy-washy compared to Florida, now I have to have like more options basically. So I know for sure, since moving here and like less than a year ago, I have definitely bought or thrifted more like sweaters and like cozy things, sweatpants even. I don't think I've owned sweatpants in years, and I did have to buy some this year because it's been so cold. So, you know, that is one thing that makes me feel a little bit better about my closet and the way it's looking and how full it seems, is at least it's because I live in a more diverse like temperature zone now. I didn't think it was going to be that different compared to Florida, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be a little bit less cold. And then November was freezing, and now obviously it's January, so it's definitely going to be cold. So yeah, that was definitely a surprise from South Carolina for me. But yeah, so that makes me feel a little bit better about how many things I do have in my closet, because I kind of need to have those options, because you never know, one day is going to be like 70, the next day is going to be like 20, 30 degrees. It's ridiculous. So yeah, now I'm going to just take all those clothes I just had hanging, and I know it's kind of counterintuitive or whatever, but and defeating the purpose. But I'm just gonna fluff them in the dryer for a minute. I just like to do that because they get so wrinkly when I air dry them. Like this is one of my like workout tank tops. It doesn't really matter because it is a workout tank top usually, or I'm wearing it like with a jacket right now. But it's just nice to have it kind of all fluffed and fresh, I guess, since it's just been kind of air drying. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. Oh, hello. Had you all the way down to the best part of my face. So I'm just doing some cleaning around the house, especially the mirrors that get all water spotty from washing your hands and stuff. But I want to share this cloth. It's called an e-cloth. Focus. There we go. I think it's focusing on it. But it's a window cloth, and all you have to do, it's like a waffle kind of fabric. All you have to do is just put water on it, and that's it. You don't need any spray or any chemicals or anything like that, which I love. If you don't know, I'm like super eco-friendly, vegan as well. I try to buy everything cruelty-free. I try to live as much like low waste as possible, or at least a better, more eco-friendly option for things. And I try not to use very many chemicals as well. So I try to like limit all of those things and just live a more like kind of natural life with things. But this I've had for so long. I'm not even kidding, probably like 7 years or something. To me, that's a long time. And I love it. I use it every single time. And if it gets really dirty from windows, all you have to do is really wash it with like hot water, I think. I think there's like instructions on here. You can machine wash it as well. But I just wanted to show this because I love this thing so, so much. And it really does an amazing job of like getting all the streaks off without any effort. Just water, which is awesome. I don't even know if they sell these anymore because I got it from like an eco-friendly box so many years ago. Like when I first went vegan, I basically was like really kind of diving into all of that stuff, and I love it. This is one of the few products that I received in those boxes that I actually really, really love and use weekly at least. So I'm gonna just quickly wipe down all the mirrors around here, get that done. And they have like a dry cloth as well, but I just use the dry side. I just like barely get it wet, and then wipe it all down, and then I just do a dry wipe on the other side too. So I love it. Trying to see if you can see these spots. It's kind of hard to see it, but if we can see it in the camera, they should be going away now. I gotta just like clean the bathroom in general, but there it went. All the like spots and dust as well, just like pretty much anything wipes right off. I love it. Let me see about this. There's like a little streak here. I don't know. Probably can't see it, but there it is. Love it. Also, this cloth works really well for like stainless steel too. Like our fridge, I think is stainless steel. It's at least, it looks like it is. And so it really works for that as well. Or like TVs or phone screens or any kind of like glass surface. I could even use this on the camera here. So I just love it. It's multi-purpose. It's awesome. So now I'm all done. I'm just gonna give it a good hot rinse and just let it air dry, and that's it. Alrighty, Chris and I just got done playing the Castles of Burgundy, which I was kindly gifted from Awaken Realms. They gifted me a couple of board games because Chris and I love to play board games, especially Chris. Like, Chris kind of opened up my world with board games. Used to just kind of play all the classics growing up, you know, Monopoly, Sorry, Trouble, Hunger Hippos, all that kind of stuff, you know, but ever since we've been together, we've played so many different board games and it's been so fun. So today Chris really wanted to play that one. He's been looking forward to it and I knew nothing about it. So he's always in charge of teaching all the rules, learning all the rules. And it was taking him a long time. Every time we set up a new board game, I'm always like, oh Lord, here we go. There's going to be a million rules. It's going to be hard to know what to do. And it's going to be confusing, you know, and it's always hard anyway, like for the first time for anything, not just board games, but just anything, obviously. So I was like, dang, it seems like it's taking a little bit of a long time. Hopefully it's not too much, but it was so fun and it was super easy to get into. Definitely, it would have been a lot if Chris hadn't learned everything and watched the video and all that kind of stuff. It would have definitely been a lot to learn together for sure. So luckily, Chris is awesome and he learned everything, so that way I wouldn't have to worry about that. But yeah, it was pretty simple to understand. Like once we went through the first round, it was easy to kind of just keep moving along, and I definitely want to play that one again. Chris ended up winning. We might have not had one of the rules 100% accurate, but we didn't really notice until like it was like too late. So either way, it was so fun, and I think we were 6 points away. I showed it on the vlog here, but I think it was like 6 points, 5 or 6 points. So So yeah, it was really fun. It was just cool to see it, like both of our different strategies with it. He went with like the ships and the water, and I went with a lot of the land and the buildings and stuff like that. So it was just really fun, and it's just so nice to do something different like that, because we do a lot of time at, like, have a lot of time at our computers for work and, editing, and I'm usually recording, and we play video games, and, so it's a lot of like screen time. So it was really nice, and it always is super nice to just play a board game and do something completely offline other than watching like the videos for the instructions of how to do it. But once you're in it, then you can really just forget about all the electronic things and just have a good time with each other and with whoever you're playing with, and just enjoy. No phones, no anything other than music. We did turn some music on, obviously. We like the ambiance of music with theming our music to the board game we're playing. So definitely super awesome. And there's 2 other board games that they gifted. It was like a space game and something else. So we'll definitely have to try those out at some point too. And yeah, we'll definitely like show you what it kind of looks like. But that was really fun. So now we're gonna make dinner. It's already freaking 7:30, so Xena's about to eat. And then we made homemade tortillas yesterday for our homemade burrito dinner. We've been trying to do a lot of like beans in the Instant Pot and stuff, and basing some of our meals off of like having leftovers of that. So we make a big old bag of dry beans, and then we kind of use those for other meals. So last night we had the homemade tortillas and the homemade black beans in the Instant Pot, and we made burritos, and they were amazing. And then tonight we're going to use those same tortillas and the black beans to make quesadillas. So it's going to be really delicious. So we're going to get that going, and we have leftover rice too, so we don't have to make new rice or anything. Love leftover night. So, and it's like a cozy night as well, so it's nice to just throw everything together and be done with it. So that's what we're going to do next. Time to eat. We just watched the Tron movie, the newest Tron movie, Tron Ares, and it took us like 3 nights to watch it because it's pretty long, surprisingly. But, it's alright. It was good enough to watch all the way through, and it was fun just because it's like the Tron theme. So, obviously, we're nerds, so we're definitely into like all the nerdy video game stuff. So that was definitely a cool part of it, and loved the visuals of everything. Like everything was just like really bright and colorful. And then when they flash back to the 80s, the old school Tron, it was so cool seeing like the more pastel, like still bright but like more muted colors, I guess, than like nowadays. And what's his face? Yeah, what's his face? He did an okay job.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto did an okay job. And I just know him mostly from like 30 Seconds to Mars in the 2000s. So it's always funny for me to still see him like acting and stuff, but good for him. I really liked the villain lady. Obviously, this is like spoilers if you haven't seen it, but I liked the villain lady. Thought she was awesome. The villain Tron girl. And everything else was okay. It just felt like slow, kind of just like a slow movie, but it was still good.
Cool to see Scully.
Oh yeah, and it was cool to see Scully from the X-Files, Gillian Anderson, even though she was only in it for like maybe 5 minutes altogether. It was still cool to just see her in something like this where it's kind of like, futuristic, kind of alien AI kind of stuff. Because we just watched the X-Files all the way through, every single season and episode like last year, and we loved it so much. So it was cool to see her in this, and really love the music as well. I'm a big rock music fan, so definitely love like 9 Inch Nails. I don't know a lot of their songs, but I do know quite a bit of their songs, and my dad loves them as well. And it was cool to have them be the like music creators for the composers, I guess, for this movie. So it was fun to have just kind of like, because they always have kind of a weird sound to them, like with rock mixed in and like the electronic kind of weird sounds and stuff mixed all together. So that was definitely one of my favorite parts too. It was like just how everything looked, and then the music, the story was meh, but overall wasn't too bad. So now I definitely want to rewatch the original Tron, or yeah, the original Tron for sure, and the previous Tron that was before this one. We also really loved riding the Tron ride at Disney World. So freaking fun. And they, I guess, you know, I didn't really notice because we hadn't been able to ride it that much, but I guess they had a new overlay for that new Tron Ares movie, and the music was supposed to be different and stuff. I couldn't really tell, but it was still just like such a cool ride at Disney World. Love it. So yeah, definitely Tron stuff is pretty freaking cool, so not too bad. Hello and happy Thursday! Today is my usual off day, as you probably know at this point, and we are actually getting out of the house for longer than just going for groceries. Just went to the grocery store yesterday. I've been getting like cabin fever or something. I don't know, like with everything that's been going on with Xena and all the stress with that, I have been just mostly at home and really haven't gone out very much at all, like just for like a normal kind of outing day. So today we're gonna go to town, and we're going to just kind of check off a few things off of our list, you know, some things we've been looking for, and just kind of look around, get some different lunch like Chipotle. You know, I wouldn't think Chipotle would be like a hard thing to find around here, but it is. So yeah, we're gonna go out, get some lunch, kind of bum around a little bit, and just be out of the house for longer than like an hour, and just kind of check out the sights and just do something different, just change it up, like especially because we work from home and we're just constantly on our computers. It's just nice to just get out and be out and about, even though I'm like not that much of a people person with like being patient with people out and about. It's gonna be nice to just like have a change of pace, basically, change of energy. We're gonna meet Chris's brother as well, and it's always a good time when we hang out with him too, so it just kind of changes the energy with having someone else around us as well, instead of just me, Chris, and Xena all the time, even though I love that. But it'll be nice to just kind of have a different vibe. And today I'm wearing a Goodwill American Eagle sweater, and I love it so, so much. The only thing I don't love about it is that it's not cropped. I'm definitely a cropped person. Wearing my like green, I'll just show you here. So I'm wearing the sweater, wearing the necklace that Chris got me for Christmas. I love it so, so much. And then these like green pants that are so cozy. They are from Target and I love them so much. And then my Black Milk Fallout jacket. It's very subtly Fallout, which I love so much. And on the inside, it has all of the New Vegas casinos on the inside. It's just so freaking cool. So we're going to go and hang out and about, and I'll try to take you along with us. Yummy Xena. Oh yeah. This is crazy. It's pretty for a second, but I don't want it any longer than today. Happy Saturday! Today is Saturday, end of January, last day of January, and as you can see outside from that clip, it is snowing. It is actually snowing. It's like 20 something degrees and there's actual accumulation, which is crazy because I think this happened around the same time last year, because when we were coming up here to look for a house to rent, they had just had snow. So it's like pretty close timing, which is just crazy. So this never happened where I lived in Florida, that's for sure. So apparently we're supposed to get possibly a couple inches, we'll see. But today is my off day, kind of half off streaming basically day. So today I'm gonna be playing some Outer Wild. I already worked on my computer, was editing and doing like admin stuff for stream, and now the snow is like perfect timing to be like playing video games, that's for sure. So I'm gonna work on Outer Wilds again today, trying to finish that game. I'm really close to finishing like 3 games right now, which is awesome. I definitely don't try to rush anything with games, but definitely been playing quite a few of these games for a long time, so it'll be like really awesome to finish them and see how the story ends. I'm looking forward to it. We got Xena over there being a cutie, and we just had like a brunch kind of lunch thing with these waffles that I got. I'll show a video, or maybe I already showed a video of the wild, I think it's called Wild Grain, and it's like a subscription box that you can get, and it comes with like frozen baked goods. So I guess they're like pre-baked, I assume. And then you just bake them the rest of the way at home. So I got a whole box of that. We finally tried the 6 Belgian waffles, and obviously my box was all vegan. All the things in there were vegan. And it came with some bonus croissants too. So anyway, we just tried the waffles finally, and they were so good. You didn't even need like a maple syrup or anything really, or even butter, but we did do some frozen berries on top, and already kind of had the juice from the frozen berries like being heated up a little bit, so that was amazing. So good. So now I'm definitely ready to play some Outer Wilds and try to figure out what the heck I need to do in this game, because this game is tricky, that's for sure. But yeah, it's just been crazy weather here, that's for sure, and I'm ready to just be cozy and inside. So that's what we're gonna do. And then Chris and I are also planning on finishing our Castles of Burgundy game we started. We just started a second round. We played it for the first time, I think, like last week, and it was so fun that we wanted to play it again this week, and so we kind of paused it. It's a game that's kind of easy to pause if you need to, and so we want to finish that tonight as well. Make soup for sure because it's snowing, and we got bread bowls as well from Panera Bread, so we'll be doing bread bowl soup tonight too. It's going to be amazing. The only thing is I have not been able to find a 12-quart pot, so if you have any recommendations, let me know, because I've been doing all sorts of research and I don't want to spend $300 possibly on a pot. That's just crazy to me. But I do want it to be, you know, good for you, not like full of chemicals and all that kind of stuff. There's just so many things to look out for and to look at when you're buying like cutlery and cookware and stuff. I try to do bamboo and any kind of like eco-friendly kind of solution. So yeah, if you have any recommendations, let me know, because I was looking at a few brands and some are really expensive, some are not. And yeah, it's just so confusing sometimes. So I want to find a bigger 12-quart pot though, so that way I can make more soup, and that way it lasts for like a longer amount of time too. So anyway, we also have our weather channel up, which is like some guy on YouTube called Max Velocity, and there's like another channel as well that we've been watching since we don't have regular channels, so it's been kind of nice to have that on and just be in the know a little bit. So, but first a Xena break. Hi Xenie, what are you thinking of snow? Xena actually doesn't like snow that much. She likes the sun like her mom. Somebody wants something. You love your tweets. Good girl, honey. That's that's it for now, okay? You need to get some more later. Go. Here we go again. We're back with more Outer Wilds. I think this is part 3 of this episode. I'm not sure. But today is the day we make some more progress finally. And it is actually snowing. It's snowing out here in South Carolina, which is absolutely insane. I can't freaking believe it. So it's a perfect day to fly into space and forget about the cold. Oh my gosh! What the heck, Xena? Wow. This is effing nuts. Wow. Cookies. Can you tell I ate a little bit of that one? Look at that angel. What an angel with the sun coming on you. Angel Xena. She's an angel. Good girl. Good girl. Wow. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so beautiful. Wow. The sun is shining.